All right. Welcome to another edition of the Man Cave, where you hear a whole bunch of opinions from a brother's point of view. Before we get into this hot topic today, I want to introduce all my boys. Excuse me. It's going to have that always make this show worthwhile. First off, we want to introduce Art Thomas. Quick on the lip, 17 in the clip.
Shit. What it is.
Next is Brad Williams, my man with he had to get a male dog because he lived with all females.
Absolutely.
I don't know why I just got choked. Then next is my dude Clinton from the SIP by way of Detroit. New grandfather. He's trying to hurry up and get up here so he can see his baby boy. Man, what is the deal?
Hey, get some water, man.
Yeah, man, a shot of liquor or something.
Yeah, we don't do CPR, so you better hurry up and get through that.
You hit on that mouth-to-mouth player.
Okay, we can't do virtual CPR, bro.
You hit, yeah, I'll be like.
See, thanks for the love. Thanks for the love.
No,
Hit, player.
brother, you gotta be a man to be on this stage. I tell you,
Yes, sir.
Art gonna get you. Art gonna get you, boy.
Yeah. And then last and certainly not least is my baby cuz, aka Papa Joe Jackson, with all them babies over there singing. My brother, my cousin Damon Randall.
Yes, sir.
All right. So today's topic, brothers, is marital roadblocks. And what do I mean by marital roadblocks? What I mean by marital roadblocks is what kind of things that you can that you see in your marriage that leads marriages to divorce. And what did you do to circumvent that? So, as men, we are told that we're responsible, whether, if your marriage collapses, you are responsible. So if we're responsible, then we should be implementing with these little safeguards against this stuff that leads you down the road to divorce, child support, which we talked about in another show. And so I want to know from you guys, what kind of things can make your stuff collapse, and what have you done to circumvent it? But first, I want to give you guys some divorce rates from around the world.
Oh, bad news, huh?
I'm just saying. And I got a point in doing this. Now, globally, the average divorce rate is 2 divorces per 1,000 people. Globally, 2 divorces per 1,000 people. And the United States is number 13 from the top. The United States is number 13 with, I think, 2.6 divorces. Is it 3.6 divorces per 1,000 people. That's globally. So let's take it down to United States countrywide. Michigan, our state, is number 24 out of 50 in divorce rates. Can you guys tell me what the highest state is?
California.
No,
California.
Well, California did not submit any data. So
we know why.
Yeah.
We know what. We ain't letting them know how fucked up our shit is. We just go quiet.
But it is Arkansas. Arkansas because 5 states did not submit any data, but the 45 that did, Arkansas is the highest. And the lowest is, ironically, Illinois. Ironically, Illinois is has the least divorces. Now, I want to talk about a little bit about, the reason I brought that up is to say, what causes this stuff? What causes marital roadblocks, and how can we get around them as men? And then when we implement them, how do you get your woman to understand this is what I'm doing?
Well, Aaron, on that last statement you just made, that's something that should be discussed before you get married actually while you're starting to date seriously.
Okay.
Because, you know, I have a saying, once you marry her, you marry them. You know, because you take on a whole nother family basically, and it depends on that family dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
Like my first wife, female dominated. Okay.
Yeah.
From the grandmother on down.
Mm-hmm.
My mom would tell you right now, they've been married 60 years. Your father is the head of the house. That's how she was raised. And that's how I was raised.
Okay.
So I was a lot younger, actually. So I was 21 when I got married. So I was way too young.
Yeah.
So now on my second marriage, which is going on 23 years, still the issue we have is we're like our fathers.
Mm.
She's like her dad, and I'm like my dad.
Mm-hmm.
But her mom and sister, they run things.
Mm-hmm.
Have a conversation, sit down. This is how I was raised. Now, you know, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is being transparent. I'm just chauvinistic and a sexist. That's just me.
You finna lose all your little fan club.
Well, maybe that's good. Then.
Brad. What way, Brad?
Huh?
Explain that. You chauvinistic in what way?
Yeah, let's
I'm
see.
chauvinistic.
That's important.
Everybody has a lane. Everybody has a lane. Like we're talking now, all of us. My wife shouldn't be in my ear talking, because if the situation was reversed, I wouldn't be in her face talking. She's talking. Case in point, when we were at church, when Mother Sherry was alive, bless her soul, she have a key in her office. So I'm ready to go, and she be in there talking to Key, just talking to her, talking women talk. I knock on the door. She said, "Come in." I said, "All right." I walk in. She goes, "What you want? We in here talking." I leave. That's my cue. It's a woman talk. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
And I honor that. You know, now here's where I'm gonna lose some of the guys. My wife is a lot smarter than me because she counts money every day at work, and she has help put her through college. She has a master's degree. So therefore, I make the bulk of the money, but she handles it.
No
She's
problem.
better organized than I am, so I know she's stronger in that point than I am, because I forget.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not coming out automatically, if I don't set it up, I forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as far as bill wise. So when I say I'm sexist, certain things that I feel women shouldn't do. Like I was at Home Depot today, I offered to help a lady lift. She had like 8 bags of dirt, 40 pounds a bag. Need some help? Nope, I got it.
Yeah.
You know,
Can I get another word real fast?
Go ahead, please.
That's just being morally righteous. That's all.
I get it. You know.
But we've allowed those negative terms to define us, and all they do is divide us.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you're saying, but I explained to people. I said, I'm going by the way I was raised. You know, my dad is the head of the house.
Morally right.
Yeah. Yeah. So he took,
I feel you on that.
You know, so he took care of things, and that's what I saw growing up. And even the people around me, my family, some of the older elders at church, we're talking 50 plus years of marriage out of each couple. Mm-hmm. That's all I've seen. And I'm 56, you know, whether they were right or wrong or indifferent, still was the head of the house.
I hear you. Well, let me ask you this, Brad. I'm going to throw one of these little hamburgers on the grill so we can start sizzling. What do you guys say about family interference? How do you handle that?
Add that too.
Yeah. How do you handle it?
There has to be a line drawn. You tell them up front, hey, I appreciate, you know, hey, I got this, you know, stay in your lane. I'm trying to be nice. Stay in your lane. I'm being honest. In case you guys don't know, my wife is white. So we got that culture barrier still. After 23 years, it's still a little freak sometimes. Hey, stay in your lane. This is how we do it. I understand. And then, you know, I tried to meet halfway, you know, but it's not in me. I tried and I back right back off. Because I told my wife, if I say something. If it doesn't work, only I can fix it.
Mm-hmm.
If I let you do it, and I know it's not gonna work, I can't get mad at you. I'm gonna get mad at me because I know it wasn't gonna work from jump.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So just it's it's a challenge. You know.
Yeah, it is. It is a challenge. So how do you circumvent it? This is for everybody. How do you circumvent it when you got a family member?
That dog shit up.
I know, man. He don't leave my side, man. And
I know.
So how do you circumvent it when you got a person in your family that thinks that they could just come in and do what they gonna do in your marriage?
Well, you know what?
You mean outside of the husband and the wife? You talking about?
Yeah.
We talking about like a mother-in-law or a sister that just, girl, you don't let him do this.
Well, you go ahead.
No, come on, Pastor Clint. Let me hear
you. You talked about being a man, right, Brad?
Yes, sir.
And being a man is setting those rules. You govern your own house before you even get back, before they even, you get to the in-law deal. And so the issue is the trust between the man and the woman. If you have not sat down, come into an agreement where you set the boundaries, you know what's going on, this is our direction, this is what they think, this is what we believe, this is what they do, this is what we do. If you haven't set all that down and play first, you have then been irresponsible as a man leading your family so that you can then be ready to circumvent those issues when they're going to face, and they're going to come up. So you got to get prepared.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
But you and your wife got to be on the same page, like you say.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if the wife is in agreement with the mother-in-law or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
The problem.
So, it's just we got to take it back to what's morally right.
Mm-hmm.
What's morally right is that, you show the respect necessary for your husband. And if he say, look, keep them folk out of our business, then that's what you do.
Yeah, and then you need a wife who, when the grill gets hot, she ain't tripping. Like when you have to say something to these people and she agrees with you, even if it's her mama. Let me give y'all an example. I remember when my first son was born, man, we brought him home. It was like a month after he was born. And I got up early in the morning and I saw him stirring in his crib, got him and put him in the bed with us, and we playing with him and knock on the door. 7 a.m. in the morning is her mama with friends. Girl, wait till you see my grandson. He's so cute. Where they at? Knock. And we looking at her like, what are you doing? So I said, look, you better handle that because I'm about to handle that, because ain't nowhere in the world your mama should be over here Saturday morning, 7 a.m. in the morning with people.
If you would have had a real dog and not that little dog you got right now, you wouldn't have had that damn problem. Okay? Get you a real dog.
Look, my Chihuahua would have had a fit. So,
get you a mean little dog,
Yeah, my girl, she ain't no joke.
Yeah, but you can't have a friendly ass dog and people just go ahead. I ain't gonna go ahead.
I say this. On that, you can only allow so much. If you saying you can, what I'm trying to say is, your in-laws or whatever only know what the people in your house is telling them.
Yep.
If you don't put your business out to your mother-in-law or put your business out to your sister or anything, they can't comment on anything.
Sustain.
So what needs to be in the house is like what happened in Vegas, stay in Vegas. What happened in my house, stay in my house.
Yes.
Right.
Well, that's rule number one anyway.
But you got women, and for that matter, you got men that run and tell their business. And when they tell their business, they get mad when the business get put out. You can't get mad on something that you allowed to come out of your household.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if the person you talking to, you feel is genuine, and they talking to you not to take sides, because I don't believe in taking sides. If I'm wrong, tell me.
Right.
I want somebody to tell me I'm wrong so I can fix the problem. At the same time, you can't run and tell everybody what's going on in your house.
Yeah.
Because then it's going to get out 10 different ways than what you said.
Yeah.
And then they looking at you some type of way, or they looking at your wife some type of way, because it's been times that things done got out and that wasn't supposed to be out. And now you looking at my wife, or you looking at her husband one type of way, when in all actuality, that wasn't what even was said.
Right.
Right.
Right. And
So,
you know what else? You know what else? Once you guys get it together, now everybody else looking at y'all crock.
exactly. Because now you done put your business out. Girl, you stay with him. He ain't no good. Watch he do it again. Or your boy like, oh man, you done caught her once. What you with her? You know, all that stuff. That and then what it does, it puts a chink in your armor that you trying to rebuild. Because in your mind, you trying to build it out in front, but in your mind, you like, are they right? Am I stupid? And now you going into the rebuilding of your marriage, not 100% pure or 100% clear of what you tried to let go.
You got doubts now. Yeah.
Yeah. And you taking that back into the rebuilding process.
Yeah.
And what that does, the key word here, it destroys the trust in the relationship.
Exactly.
And so you have trust and you have mistrust. Now I'm gonna still say it like this: it's still up to the man to go back and to build the mistrust in to build the trust up in the relationship. And what that takes is the work. The work is communication, so we can get back on agreement. Let's get to those agreements, like you said, Art. Get to those agreements. We got to agree so that we got to establish. Now, here's the issue: we got to set up parameters, because if you break this rule once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times, it is then now understood that you think that way and I think this way about this issue.
Yes. Yes.
And that's where then we can come to disagree to agree, with the caveat that the man still has the authority in the relationship to make that call on that subject at that time.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Oh.
It does. Because I when I told her, look, I'm going out here and I'm sending your mama away. No, wait a minute. Okay, well, handle that, because I'm finna handle this. Because ain't no way in the world I'm finna put on some pants when I wear drawers every Saturday morning. And I'm not about to put on no pants for your mama, and she uninvited.
Yeah.
So we ain't gonna do that.
Every Saturday?
No, it was just that particular Saturday because my baby boy was newborn.
Oh, that's a horrible thought. Go ahead.
You're not supposed to be over in the house anyway till 6 weeks.
I should have just let her in with my drawers on. You know,
Come down here and just let this shake all over there. What? How y'all doing? Start hugging people and everything. Hey, man, what's up?
Free balling like the best.
The bad part about that though, Aaron, that she came over uninvited.
Yeah.
Didn't call, didn't say
house.
nothing. You can't just walk in my house when you feel like it. This is my house.
Yes.
I don't care who you are. You have to give me some type of, you got to let me know what's going on for me to say, yeah, it's cool for you to come over, or no, not right now. You call me before. You just don't invite yourself in my spot.
Nah.
You know, because when you married, ain't no telling when shit go down.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Any time of day could be a bad time of day. It's 2:45. What you doing here so early? You know, because you know.
Yeah.
So,
it's the matter of respecting the household.
That too.
You gotta respect the household.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't respect the household, then we can't really kick it. I know my mama will tell you in a minute, I love when you come over here, but I need some notice.
Yeah, right. And that's just common courtesy. That's common courtesy, because you know, our parents should have they know or should know what it's like to be married. So you just can't just buffalo away your way into your children's marriage.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Is common sense still common?
No.
Depends on who you're talking to or talking about.
I think it's just called common.
What he say?
No, I'm just gonna flat out say no.
Yeah.
No.
Wait,
Right.
hold on. What was the question?
Is common sense still common?
Oh, is common sense still common?
Hey, well, let me switch gears and throw another burger on this
I
grill.
don't know. I don't think it is these days.
All right, communication problems. When your wife says tomato, you say tomato. When she says $10 is in the bank, you thinking of saving, she thinking of spending. How do you circumvent this marital roadblock?
I don't think you get around that.
Really?
It ain't no getting around it. I mean, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And it's always going to be like that. You know what I'm saying? We're not built like them. So they don't think about stuff the way we think about stuff. They don't even think about the stuff we think about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you just sometimes, like, I know you say you run out the room when they talking and whatever, but if you listen to some of the stuff they be talking about, you might ask yourself, like, dang, I would never think about nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we wired different.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We just wired totally different. So it ain't no getting around that. But it's how you deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the hardest thing to do is to bring somebody to understanding on something that they feel very deeply about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we're dealing with women, right? So we know that first and foremost, it's an emotional thing.
Yeah.
Usually when women tell you something about what she thinks, she telling you what she feel first.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really what she think, it's what she feel.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So being able to communicate with her and say, okay, I understand how you feel, but let me give you some facts so we can have an understanding about why we should do this, that, and the other with the money, or do this, or you know what I'm saying? So
Well,
we
how
have
do
an
you get
understanding of the best thing to do for us, not necessarily just something to satisfy whatever emotional situation you may be having at the moment. Not saying like, some emotional breakdown, but you just feeling a certain way and not actually being rational about the decision making.
Right, I get you. But how do you get around that emotionalism? Because
you don't get around it.
Can't.
We talk about eat. Look, Aaron. Look, Aaron.
He missed it.
Look here, Aaron.
He missed it right over there. God dog it, boy.
I'm gonna say it again. Okay, we talking about two totally different people. Yeah, we come together as one, right? To make one, but it's a this and it's a that.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't no two thises. Mm-hmm. It wasn't Adam and Steve. It was Adam and Eve.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we know we dealing with something that is more susceptible to certain things that we're not necessarily susceptible to because of how we're wired.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no getting around it. It's only about how you manage it. Mm-hmm. Some things just have to be managed on a daily basis.
So define manage.
Huh?
Manage meaning sometimes you have to put your foot down. Other times you just gotta just roll with it.
Well, I've had management positions before, and sometimes in those positions, you call people into the meeting, y'all have a discussion, everything is nice, everybody go back to their desk. Mm-hmm. And then you have those meetings where you like, so-and-so use a fool, and so-and-so you that and the other, and get the hell out of here. Matter of fact, Pack don't come back tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So in a management position, there's a lot of things that may need to happen. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to have to necessarily put our foot down. For me, it's better if my wife says, okay, you know what? I understand. So if you think that's the best thing for us, then that's what we'll do.
Oh, that's like
easy.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the cool part.
Which but
sometimes
I personally, I don't want to be like, damn it, I said, I don't want to do that because then now she gets emotional, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
behaving a certain way. Now she sees anger or frustration. Now she gets emotional. Now any information I'm trying to convey to her ain't gonna register because she's emotional. She's you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen because that's gonna break down what it is I'm trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
what about this? So we're talking. They already know how you're gonna approach it. They know us, right? So my thing is, okay, all right, honey, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna do thus and so. Just leave it alone. Because what about this? Sometimes I give in. I ain't gonna lie. All right, whatever. If it don't work out, that's your neck. No, I'm gonna remind you. I said because I take responsibility for the choice. In your meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a Pastor Clinton. I'm an adjutant at my church, so we have a saying. It's not personal. It's the position.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take it personal. It's the position I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's serious too. You know, I think I'll say this. I think that if we are talking about marriage roadblocks, I think the understanding of that position brings a serious roadblock to the situation. Because if a woman doesn't understand that man's position and understand like the sacrifice, like you say, it's all gonna come down on you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like anytime, like when I was growing up, anything that happened in the hood is like, where did daddy at?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Where did daddy at? Where your husband at?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's always gonna come back on us anyway. And I think that if they have a full understanding of what our position is, which I think is missing a lot, you know what I'm saying? Things would be easier because then they'll say, well, okay, I understand that he has to be like this because he has this, and this that he has to be responsible for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was in the book the other day. You know, I'm always trying to stay in the scriptures. And I was in the book. And, you know, when you take a wife, you basically give your life to her.
Absolutely.
And you are making a promise to give your life for her if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you really think about the commitment and we talking about real men now, we ain't talking about these busters out here.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right.
When you talk about the commitment that a man it's truly making to a woman,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? This would make us so angry because it's like, you have no idea.
I will die for you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You have no idea. You know, you want to fuss at me for this, that, and the other, and if you fell off some shit, I'll go after you. Now, come on now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I think if the position and you know is understood, because we all got a role to play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If we understand what those positions are, then you know these roadblocks won't be as significant.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Pastor. Sorry.
If what you just said, Art, if we can teach that not just to our wives, teach it, because it's not out there. There's no such thing as common sense. We agreed to that basically.
Pretty much.
So we have to teach it to our wives, to our children, to our communities, because there's no other voice for this in the world.
You know, it all depends on. I'm going to pick on the women. Don't mean I'm not women bashing. How the relationship he had with her dad.
Boom.
That has a lot, and I emphasize that with my daughter.
Sustain.
It has a lot to do. You don't know if he was there, or if he was there, he was abusive or whatever. You just don't know.
Sustain.
You know?
Yes.
Yes. Like my wife, was a daddy's girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm.
I mean, she's just like him. She can be very snappy sometimes. I say, hey man, chill out.
Yeah.
Like if I said, she'll say something and I say, I didn't hear you. She'll snap. I said, I didn't hear you. Just repeat it. Don't yell it.
Yeah, right. Right.
I just need you to repeat it. I'm not
Yeah.
going
You
deaf
didn't,
yet.
you didn't say speak up. You just said what?
I said what I said. My words is, honey, I didn't hear you.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I'm trying to do. Cause I talk to my dad and my pastor a lot about it. And you know, the information I get is really priceless. You know, and so Bishop, when mother was alive, they were married 64 years. So I was sitting there, Bishop, man, how you do it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what he told me?
What?
I don't know. I said, what you mean you don't know? If you don't know, I'm in trouble. I ain't gonna make it. He said, you have to treat them, and this is not bashing or talking as the weaker sex. That's what they are.
Mm.
It's like,
Well, I like to look at it like this. Women like to feel that you love them. They like to feel that. And so they need that to ooze out of you. And even when they have gotten mad and picked a fight and it's all their fault, they still need to feel love from you. So that's a challenge from us. That's
well, not me. I'm an agitator. So she mad. The more she mad, the more I like to pick with her. That's just me.
Yeah. So I'm saying that ladies, and I've always heard this, I can't find scripture for it though, but women are for lack of a better term, they bounce back the emotion that they get from you. So I've heard that when we get aggressive or we don't realize we're getting aggressive, we get aggressive back from our women. So it's kind of like a mirror. She's showing you this is what you're giving off, and this is what you're getting back. So if you give off love, and it kind of is true, because if you spontaneous with your romance with a girl, you're spontaneous with your compliments and all of that, man, you soften that woman right on up. And dinner is on the table, hot and ready. So
7 in the morning.
so, but that's what I've always heard. But I like that, and I kind of go by that. Whenever I'm married, and we know.
You always want to. You always
married
try and
now,
put a good vibe.
I feel like
I got to really pay attention to my pop, man. As far as the conversation. Aaron knows my mom. Grew up with my mom. He knows how she is. She has a mouthpiece on her.
And she'll stomp you too.
Yeah, she was a fighter. My pop is the exact opposite. They are the epitome of opposites attract.
He's Barack Obama.
Yeah, he is so real chill, down to earth. So when they used to get into arguments when I was growing up, because they argued, I ain't gonna lie about that. It took a lot for my dad to really get upset.
Mm-hmm.
So when you finally hit that D-Day button and that mushroom cloud came up, my mama got docile. She chilled out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I got out of it though was, most women, the main thing you can do to a woman is ignore her. Please don't ignore her, because that really drives her crazy.
Yeah.
They like conversation. They like to talk. They like to communicate. They want to know everything. My wife and I will sit and go through every bill. Okay, how much is it? What's this? What's this? Down to a T.
Mm-hmm.
Brad, I'm like you. If I ain't seeing nothing, I don't know. My wife got every DTE, water, this. She got it down in her iPad right now. She probably going over it right now. So the thing that I've learned is, the more you communicate, the better off you are.
Yeah.
Even if you're wrong, she wants to know that you see that you're wrong. And if you find out, well, at least I can speak. I can't speak for nobody else. If I can show my wife that she's wrong, she'll say, "Okay, I get it. You're right." She quick to say it, but it's the communication that she really wants. Lack of communication drives a woman crazy, because they have to have it. Communication is so important to them. Two things that I've learned: intimacy, whether it's hug, kiss, love, and communication. Those are two of the most important. You can be broke. If you give a woman them two things, she's going to treat you like the king that you are. Because that's the two most important things to them.
Yeah.
Hands down. So my mom, my dad, when he was talking to her, because they both was workaholics when they were coming up. When my pop come in, they talk, said, that's it. They done conversated. They good. They, I don't know, they straight. Because now my mother got what she wanted. Daddy got what he wanted. They straight. Communication is probably the biggest thing you can have in a marriage, because if you don't have it, you leave wandering minds to go somewhere it really don't need to go.
Yeah.
You're not saying what's going on in your head. Your wife don't think the worst. She don't think the best. She think the worst, because you're not telling her what's going on.
But you do.
And vice versa.
Right. Exactly.
Vice versa.
Now, the way I grew up back in the 70s, over at Mumford High School, both me and Junior,
back in the 70s.
In the 70s.
Woo!
Yeah. See,
Hey, man,
the way we talk about it,
the
way we determine it, you have to have some rap. You can't just get a girlfriend. You got to have some rap. You got to write poetry. You got to communicate at what you're saying. I'm talking about what you're talking about, Damon. You have to have some. You have to bring some game to the table. Am I right?
Right.
That is a man's responsibility to his woman.
That's true.
And when you don't do that, all those things you talk about, Damon, then begin to come out. But when you communicate, and that is our, and my point is, that's our responsibility. The reason why I tell like this, a lot of women act where they act is because in the responsibility level of men leading in communication, that's where we drop the ball.
Yeah.
That's facts. That's
All
true.
right. So
the better we communicate, like you said, Damon, then the better you get rid of those roadblocks. You go, like we said, Art, you go back to our agreement. Would you say, Brad, you go back to the foundation of what got y'all together, and then you can restart over again if you need to, build upon it if you got to. But that communication is so important.
Yeah.
All right. So we already hit, the top 3 things that I've heard from several pastors that causes divorce is sex, money, and communication. We already hit communication. We hit money somewhat, because we have different missions for money. Sex is left.
So this is what I've seen. Okay. A lot of younger people rushing to get married, call it having sex legally. You know, they dating, they carrying on, they get so hot and bothered. We gotta get married. More to it than that. What you gonna do after that 15 minutes is over? If that long.
15 minutes.
Maybe 7.
Yeah, if you on the young side and you ain't figured yourself out yet,
Maybe 3. Okay, 3.
Maybe go 15.
He said you ain't figured yourself out yet.
Yeah.
But people think, case in point. Okay.
What?
I said you went 15 at least, didn't you?
I'm a trooper, man. Shoot. I think my first time around, I think I was about a solid 32, 33 minutes, A little solidness in there with it. I was a little solid with my shit, you know what I'm saying? But you got to calm down, though. You got to think about baseball. You can't be all in the moment like,
I'm not going there with you, Art. I'm not doing
it. You gotta kind of back yourself out a little bit and be like,
get this man before he gets to really going.
But that is true, because you do need like a 7th inning stretch. And for me, it was Fruity Pebbles. The resetting button was Fruity Pebbles.
Y'all gonna get me in trouble because I get to run my mouth. We ain't gonna never
buddy.
I say this. There's nothing like a nice ice cold glass of grape Kool-Aid to recharge your button, But I personally, I gotta walk around the house for like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, buddy.
You know what I'm saying? I got, all right, give me 10, 15. I'll be back. I'm going to get my cigarette, my Kool-Aid. Give me a minute.
Sugar up.
Where you at?
Get your sugar up.
Stay right there.
Great Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Don't move. Stay like that. I'll be back in 10, 15.
Oh, this dude here is fooling.
Oh man.
Just rest your head just like that.
That's crazy. Well, you know, we for us, sex is physical, you know, and for them is not so much physical. It is, but it ain't. It's not.
Aaron.
I'm not talking about today though, right? Today's a different day.
I gotta disagree with you on that, Aaron.
Really?
For us, it's not just physical.
Amen.
It is not just physical for us.
Okay.
Because if it was, then we wouldn't care if we had sex with the woman or not.
Absolutely. You got a point. You got a point.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't care if she went out and hooked somebody else or not. What would we care? If it was just physical.
Listen.
No, I'm not saying just physical. I'm just saying it's mostly physical for us.
I can't say that neither.
Okay, well, I'm speaking for myself.
All right, that's cool.
Okay.
All right.
Well, listen to this. Listen to this.
You're in a different situation,
Oh yeah. Y'all got women at home.
That don't mean nothing because I can be mad, don't want to be bothered.
What'd you say, Clint? What'd you say, sir?
No, man.
Okay.
I ain't said nothing.
We probably missed something real good. I know we did too.
But we can't agree about this, though. You can't agree about this, that you have to prime the pump when it comes to a woman. You just can't just be jumping her bones. You got to show her all day long, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, that she is beautiful, wonderful, best thing that ever happened to you, flowers, candy, rose petals on the floor.
Aaron, let me say this. Aaron, I'm gonna say this, and maybe the fellas may disagree with me on that. That necessarily is not true.
What?
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Let me say this, and I'm gonna tell you why. Aaron.
Go on.
Because in the time that all of us was coming up, maybe so. Maybe. Some women out there, brother, they want to get right to it. They don't want no love. They don't want no. They want to get right to it.
What?
They got stuff to do, man. You get on top of all that.
For real. Seriously, some of the chicks I grew up with, and I come to this conclusion. They were raised by crazy chicks.
Okay.
Who used that to get what they want. They didn't see the romantic part. They didn't see that they had to be courted or treated like a woman or made to feel special. The women that they were raised by used it to their advantage to go get this. Let me get some money. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get. So it was instilled in them to be hardcore, mannish, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
That's the right word.
It's like they were put out there to be
predators.
What they had in their legs to be a fella,
right?
Not to be a woman,
right?
They didn't know what it was like for a man to say, "What's up? How you doing? Let's go out." I ain't rushing to do this, and not rush to do it. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they use what they had to get what they want, coming from a famous movie, The Players Club. Use what you had to get what you want. That is more prevalent than a lot of the women's being romanced and being loved and being courted, being shown. I got 2 daughters, and I tell them, nah. If the dude don't want you, drop you off back at the crib, because you don't have to put up with nothing that you don't want to put up with. They don't want to love you. You got a daddy at home that love you until the right man come on about his business.
Right.
So a lot of women, they didn't get that at home. They had a mother who they probably 17 years or younger than, still out there doing their dirt. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have a mature woman when she had the baby. It kicked in that I got to show her how to be a woman. I got to show her she has to be treated not like how I was treated. I want her to be treated like the queen that she is. You You see what I'm saying?
But how does she teach that if she don't even know what that is?
But see, a lot of women that have kids, it kicks in. Some of them it don't kick in. Some of them was like, I'm not putting my daughter through what I went through. Whereas some, they show them the ropes. I mean, it's a different ball game. My wife, man, she didn't. I had to court her, bro.
That's written in what is it, in Leviticus, where it say don't prostitute your daughters.
That's your mama.
Ain't that in Leviticus? Don't prostitute your daughters.
That's that's Ecclesiasticus.
Yes,
Let me check.
You told let me check.
Yeah.
Hey, ready?
No, he's right. That's in there. That's in Ecclesiasticus. It's another book outside the 66.
Yeah.
Right.
First of all, in your statement about sex, I'm listening to different perspectives, I would say, because there's sex in marriage and there's sex outside of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
fornication.
There's sex by people just committing fornication, or you commit adultery. That means you cheating, and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I don't know which one that we was kind of dealing with. I thought that the topic was about marital roadblocks, so I'm thinking that it's sex in the marriage, or
that's it. That's solely what we're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then to me, a lot of that, some of that didn't apply, because for me, it goes back to the agreement, the trust and the agreement that you got between you and your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Let's call it what it is, your wife,
Mm-hmm.
because everything is gray when we don't call it. If we don't title it, then that helps us, for me, to stay focused.
Mm-hmm.
So that's got to be an agreement, and of course, the Word of God says a lot of things about that and about how to come together and things like that. But it's not a contingency based upon anything material, or like I'm a hold from you because of this or that. You get into the selfishness or personal issues that people are having that they need help about.
Yeah.
Let me jump in on that note real quick. You see a lot of people out here getting together for financial gain only.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Their only purpose for being in a relationship is because they want something material out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, then they got their God, don't they?
Mm.
That's right.
Yes.
Their God is the thing, not the spouse.
Yeah. Exactly.
The spouse for the thing, the God.
Right. Well,
that's why I think it's important for couples to seek counseling before.
Yes.
I wasn't a big advocate of it at first, but I've seen so much in the past 3 to 5 years. I think everybody, when it comes to marriage, I tell people, say, when you say I do, that's what it means.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. But you said I do.
Hey, look, they just don't know what the do is about.
Well, then that's where you need to find out.
They don't know what the do is for. I do, you do what?
Listen,
what you gonna do now? What you gonna do now? That's the question.
Before we got in the lockdown, we had weddings at the church, and I tell people, my buddy got married. We were about to march in. On his wedding, I said, hey man, for real, say the word when we walk out right now if you're not ready.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not ready, we out of here.
Right.
I think y'all
That's
nailed
what you want, because it's gonna take a lot.
Yeah.
He said, I'm ready. I said, all right, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all nailed it when you say, I think it was you, Brad, that said a lot of these people, a lot of couples are getting married because they so horny, they just think it's about sex. But a lot of times those marriages don't last long, because after a while, you start figuring out there's more to it than sex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's where the counseling comes in, or, you can't just get married because God say, be fruitful and multiply. Yeah, he said it, but guess what? When you multiply, and I got 6 reasons why I got to keep working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm being straight up. I mean, it's like when you jump into something just for pleasure, the pleasure can go away, and you look at that your spouse like, why did I do this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, see, now let me say this right quick.
It really shouldn't be that way.
If you listen to the vows, like whenever they say them to you and then you repeat them, if you think about what they say before you say it, then you know exactly what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, man.
Right? So it's for better or for worse.
And it's to death.
To death do you part.
Yeah, not
For
till I get mad.
For
Do y'all
richer
know
or
that they
poorer.
don't say those vows in a lot of marriages today?
Joe don't.
Nope.
Really?
I won't
They sure
perform.
don't.
I won't perform a marriage. You say, well, take this out. Nope. You get you another guy because I have my instructions, and when I got ordained, this is what I was told I have to do. And if you want me to do it, I'll gladly do it. But this is to death do us part. Submit yourselves to your husband. That's what it said.
Definitely
Right.
important. It's an integral part of marriage. It's definitely important.
Yeah.
Not
Love, honor.
Those other vows. See, a lot of fellas and for women for that matter, if they really listen to those vows, love, honor, cherish, thicker and thin, better and worse, death do you part. If you really listen to them vows and you are still
hold on.
attracted to her or attracted to him,
Mhm.
it won't be a problem.
Mm.
Because you're looking at the whole total package of what your spouse can offer you.
Yeah.
And if you just jumping in it just for the pleasurable part, that pleasure goes away. Albeit you can get it back, but when you get it back, and you just jumped in it just to jump or bones, like Cuz said, you looking at it differently, like, I'm straight. Now you looking at the woman outside like, I should have got her. See, I'm saying it's a lot of stuff that you put yourself into. Trust me, I've been there. It's like I jumped in this and I didn't look at the whole totality of it. And you looking at the situation like, no, but then you realize what your woman or your dude mean to you, and the sex is even better because you have somebody that's in your corner that'll ride for you, that'll die for you, make sure you're straight. When you're sick, she right there. Yeah. That's attractive to me.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm gonna run through the top, not the top, but 13 reasons according to itsovereasy.com.
It's over easy.
Why would you even put something out like
that?
Yeah.
That's a heck of a site there.
And the rate is so high.
I don't even know if that really sounds reputable, but let's do it.
Hey, that's what I got. And it says the 13 things that reasons for split ups and divorces. Number 1, conflict, arguing, breakdown in the relationship. Number 2, lack of commitment. Number 3, infidelity / extramarital affairs. Number 4, distance in relationships, lack of physical intimacy. Number 5, communication problems between partners. Number 6, domestic violence, verbal, physical, or emotional abuse. Number 7, realization that one spouse has different values or morals.
Wow.
Before you got married.
That's a heavy one right there.
Number 8
That's
is
really number 1. All the rest of them come under 1.
Yeah, it should be the first one.
Yeah. Number 8 is substance abuse and alcohol addiction. Number 9, absence of romance, intimacy.
You say alcohol addiction.
Yeah.
This fool. And you should have skipped that. You know he ain't got no sense.
That's that
Prove him wrong. You the man. Prove him wrong. Prove him wrong.
This guy here, man.
Boy, you crazy.
Pay for 100 years, keep drinking, baby.
So number
going down, boy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Number 10, one partner not carrying their weight in the marriage.
Hey.
Number 11, financial problems / debt. Right. Number 12, marrying too young. And 13, Lack of shared interest, incompatibility.
Oh, shared interest.
That's married too young. Them two go together.
Those last two was real good.
Yeah.
They go right together.
Yeah, the most important ones was at the bottom of the list.
That's
The
something.
last half of the damn list.
Yeah.
So,
pretty
in these last few minutes, I need y'all to clarify something to me because I'm a romantic dude, man. I'm a romantic to my heart, and I like priming the pump. I like dating a girl that's a Model T that got the crank in the front. And you got to crank that mug before that engine start. I like buying flowers. I like telling her she's beautiful. I like telling her her new hairstyle is beautiful and all that stuff because I know it's gonna pay off like a slot machine.
Aaron, what happened when the Model T backfired up? You know all that damn cranking, that motherfucker backfire your ass. What you gonna do there?
I'm just saying. I like the journey. When I was married, man, I can tell you, even though you know the marriages didn't last. When I was married, they both would tell you that dude knows how to romance a woman.
Okay.
You know, he might kick my mom out the house, but he is a romantic. So I enjoy that. And I look at romance as the journey. Sex, and it may be a destination, but the journey, man, is just the best. Just to build your woman up, and then you get the rewards of building her up. Man, you can't beat that. So you guys are telling me that that's not the case now. And I was like, really? I've been cranking all these years and all that, and y'all telling me to do.
That's the individual thing. You know, my wife doesn't like. She likes flowers sometimes. Like I like going out. I like fine dining. She hates it. She said I've gotten bougie in my old age. She like I can go to Birmingham and out to Georgia. She does. She just don't like that kind of stuff.
Birmingham.
Yep. You know, up to the steakhouse there.
I know, man. Birmingham, shoot. I'll take it to Dearborn. But anyway.
Hey, look. I can get to Southfield as far as 11 Mile. I'm turning around and coming back.
Hey, we got a lot of people that don't live in our area, don't know what we're talking about when we say that. Birmingham is a little ritzy place.
I'm staying where I can get back to the crib quick, is what I'm saying.
All right, we got to wrap it up, fellas. It's another hot show. I want to thank you guys for coming. Thank everybody for watching. But in the last few minutes, I want everybody to take like 30 seconds and give me their takeaways from today's show. Let's go. What you got, Brad?
Well, I got, you know, it's always a pleasure to be with you guys on all the time that we have. It's good to get a point of view from different individuals because everybody has been through the same thing. I look forward to that when we come on. I especially enjoy Pastor Clinton. Aaron was hitting on all cylinders today, and so was Damon, as we always do. So I always pull something different from everybody because if we can't do that, I mean, what are we doing it for?
Right.
We can't encourage it and push each other. We won't help anybody else. That's just me. Sustained. What you got, Damon?
I got a lot out of this hour of power. I thought that everybody brought great advice because this year be 20 for me, and I still can use the advice.
Wow.
You know, I still can use. I still can use what needs to be done to make my wife feel good. And just sitting back talking to some educated brothers and getting that advice is fulfilling for me. I got a lot out of this, especially with the communication part. It was fulfilling because you could take that and use it and it can better your marriage like that.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I also learned that freaking art is a nut. I didn't know this dude was crazy. Oh yeah.
What?
Art ain't got no sick, man.
Hold on, wait a minute. You act like I ain't did nothing but act the fool the whole time.
I didn't realize it was that bad though. Good. I knew you had a little bit of a touched mindset, but the more I learned to see where you at, the touch goes higher and higher and higher. The scale you lift the scale up, bro, and I appreciate it because you are hilarious.
Hey man, look, you ain't see nothing when that brother. We told you he brought a gun out to the car and pointed it at me. And
my God!
And with a bullet in the doggone chamber.
I like him already, and he is hilarious, man.
Look, man. Number one, I didn't point it at you. Number two, I didn't know it was fucking loaded. Okay, I didn't know it was loaded. I'm sorry.
You didn't know it was loaded.
I'm sorry. I had the safety on.
Yo, I said, "Hey, is it one in the chamber?" He was like, "No." He opened it up anyway.
Yeah, I opened it up and there was one in there. I was like, "Oh shit, let me get that out of there," you know. But
all right. So Clint, what you got?
Oh, you know what? First of all, we do what we do because we're men and we're fathers, and I really appreciate that about us. Mm-hmm. And I know there's a lot of benefit for what we do, but the main reason why we do it is because we're men. We're responsible. We do what we got to do, and this is just a platform for us to be able to share. Listen. If it, you mentioned there was a cash app. Is something going on?
Yeah, it's a cash.
Well,
app.
you know, if Aaron want to send us some money, then we can get it quick.
Well, or if we can sew into this to help make it better, if we don't get interrupted, if we can do the thing on Zoom so that we don't get that, you know, I don't mind sewing into something like that personally.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, it's $15.
Oh, yeah, we got that.
We can make an investment.
All right, I'm gonna throw y'all my cash app and I'll pay it.
Send it to it now. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna split that. We're gonna split that. I gotta give you $3.
No, we gonna each give 15 so we can have it. You know, for
all locked up.
Yeah.
I got. Yeah. And anything that we can do to help keep, if I know it's helping me. I've been married 34 years, and whatever it can help anybody, let's keep it doing. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing and meeting all you guys. But this is good. I appreciate this. Thank you.
All right. All right. What you got? What you got, Art?
Well, you know, I'll tell you, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm like right there with Damon. I mean, you know, you hear things other guys say, and sometimes, you know, you might say to yourself, I just didn't really think about it like that. Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. And you really start to say to yourself, okay, well, maybe it's some self-evaluation need to go on, because that's number one. Anytime you want to make a change in something, first you got to start with yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Always start with yourself. So I like this because, you know, if it's something that I'm thinking and I shouldn't be thinking, more than likely y'all will hash it out for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or something. But again, to what Mr. Hall said, if we don't get together and do this, then we don't get anything out of it. We don't get nothing out of what we should get things out of. I mean, if you look at how people did things back in the day, men were always together, talking and having discussions about stuff and this and that, because it was necessary to share that information. Now, with this social media, we get away from what was most important. Mm-hmm. You know, so I'm glad this is going on. I like talking to all y'all. Damon, I don't know why you want to call me names and shit. Call me a nut.
Hey, I'm going by what you gave me, brother.
Man, I'm sitting here trying to be intelligent, and then you want to call me.
You have been. But there's a Jekyll and Hyde behind it, man. We see the intelligence side, and then we see you got the 1738 like you in the Ludacris video. You like this, bro?
Man, I got thirsty. Damn.
At least she done had a grape Kool-Aid with it.
Yeah. You could have mixed it with a little grape Kool-Aid.
Man, you making me thirsty now.
See? Know what I'm talking
about? The funny thing about Art is, at one point in the video, he had a Bible out, and then the next part, he had a bottle.
And the most eloquent, well-spoken.
That's the best part about him.
But look, man, you are authentic.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. I appreciate you. I appreciate that.
You are authentic, man.
Appreciate that. I don't appreciate you, Dave, calling me a crazy ass, though. But I love you anyway, though. I love you anyway.
I love you too, bro.
I love you anyway. Where can I see your ass, though? Where can I see your ass?
We can make that happen.
Hey, you know what I'm at? Down the street.
Hey, that's the liquor talk. All right, so look, here's my takeaway. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1 said, let brotherly love continue. That is the mission of this whole thing. Just let brothers have camaraderie, because if we don't have the camaraderie, we can't show these young guys how to do nothing. They need an outlet. They need an outlet to be shown how to be dads, how to be husbands, how to be men. And I wanted to open up a conversation so these young guys can at least know, oh, this is what you look for in a woman. Oh, this is how you protect these roadblocks. Oh, this is what you do when, money issues come in. We always want our sons and daughters to be knowledgeable when they step into the arena of marriage. That's the whole goal. And with that, we'll see you guys next time on the Man Cave.
All right, then, the Man Cave.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys.
Take it easy,
fellas.
y'all. I'm about to give me some more drink.